For this one, we're going to take a look at how to create the dual light glow effect in Photoshop. And we're going to select the subject. We're then going to go to the brush icon and go down to select and mask. By using the second tool down, which is the edge refinement tool, we can just zoom in and focus up on removing the background on the hair. This will refine it and just make it look a lot better. Now, going back onto here, we're just going to scroll down to the bottom and click on Output, set it to a new layer with layer mask, and then press OK. So now that we've got ourselves the image, we're also going to create a new project. And personally, for YouTube thumbnails, I like to set mine to 720p. You can go with 1080p. However, I like to save mine as a PNG. It just means less compression and higher quality. But it's completely up to you. You just want to get yourself a new project. And of course, we're going to drag and drop our person into this new composition. From here, you can scale it down. You can adjust the location. So we want him to be in the frame, but also big enough to see on a mobile view as well. Slight rotation and place him right about here. Double left click to apply once you're happy with the changes. And we're just going to select the background layer. Go ahead and get yourself a new solid with a black color. If yours has this line on the edge, you can fix this by using the selection tool, grabbing the bucket tool, and by using a black color while on the mask, we can just subtract it from here. Now that we've fixed that, we can move on to the next step, which is of course to add in the lighting effects. Now to add in the lighting effects, it's really simple. We're going to once again get ourselves a new solid color. This time you want to pick your first primary color or any color that you want. We're then going to select the mask and then invert it by pressing Ctrl or Command and I. From here, we can use the brush tool. Make sure your opacity and flow is set to 100. Make sure it's also set to 0% for the hardness. And then by using the N square bracket, we can make this larger. Make sure you are selecting a Y color and left click. From here, we can press Ctrl or Command and T. We can scale this up. And this is your first primary light source. You want to make the first circle really big. From here, we're going to duplicate it. Move this one over to the right side. Slightly change the scale. And then change this one to your second color. So for me, it's going to be this green color. From here, we're just going to get ourselves one more copy of this. And this one is going to be a Y color. You then want to scale this down and apply it onto here. You want to have two circles, one that is really harsh and is a Y color, and your second one is going to be the background. And there we go, we now have the two light sources. In order to create the glow, we're first of all going to correct the person and we're going to enhance the colors. We can do this with the adjustments. And if you apply a hue and saturation, we can drag this all the way up to something like, let's say, 36. We're then going to apply a brightness and contrast and increase the contrast. We're also going to fix up the red colors because it's really harsh now. So by using the curves, we can simply switch over to a red channel only and then slightly drag this down to correct the red. We're going to drag this one a little bit down to still have the contrast. And then this one slightly down as well. Right about here. Once you're happy with your change, you can start to apply the first glow, which is going to be on the side. And to do this, we're going to also organize all of these into a group just to make it easier so we know what's what. And then we're also going to group the ones for the background as well. So this is background. Now from here, we're going to get ourselves a new folder. And in this new folder, we need to create a new layer. With this layer, you want to make sure you have your color set to a black color, and it's the first one being selected. Press Alt or Option key and delete. This will just simply fill it in with a black color, and we want to set this one to screen. We're going to use this layer later on, and we also need to apply a new layer above this one, and you want to clip it onto here. So whatever happens on this layer, it will automatically apply onto this one. We can also get ourselves a new gradient map, and this is what will create the brush effect. In here, you want to set the second color to a dark version of your main color that you want to use. So if we want it to be purple, we need a dark purple near the bottom. And for the second one, which is going to be here, this one is going to be a normal purple. And it should look something like this. Close this down, and you want to apply it onto here by clipping it onto the layer below. From here, we're going to use the brush tool and increase the size. You want to set the flow to around, let's say, 13. If we also select the main layer for the background, we can hold Alt, drag this up, and copy the mask layer. So no matter what changes we apply, it will only apply it on the person. So now we can minimize this. And by selecting this layer, this is the paint layer. This one will be used to create the first glow. So by using the brush tool with a white color, you just want to paint it onto here and lightly give yourself this purple effect. You want to try your best to match it to how this would look like in real life. If you need help with this, there is plenty of tools out there. And then we're just going to slightly change this to, let's say, 7. Lightly apply it onto here. And then we also want a little bit on the nose. You can use the eraser tool with a low flow as well to soften it up. And just make those edges nice and smooth. Now for the rim light, it's really simple. All you need to do now is give this one a name. So we're going to call it Purple Glow. You want to duplicate this layer and call this one Purple Glow Rim Light. Not Tim Light. There we go. And once you've got yourself the second copy of it, we're just going to delete the paint layer and then create a whole new one. With this one, you want to decrease the size of the brush to around, let's say, 30. And the flow, you want this one to be really low to around, let's say, 4. From here, we're just going to zoom in, and you want to have a look, see how this light would interact with the person's face. So for example, you can see on the ear, we would have a glow on the edge right here. So we're just going to left click, hold the left side of the mouse, and then lightly apply it onto here. If you wanted to, you can increase the flow, but personally for me, it makes it really aggressive. So I like to gradually introduce this rim light. It takes a little bit longer and it takes a little bit more patience, but personally, I like the results a lot better. So as you can see, this is looking really good. And you also want to include certain hairs as well. So if you drag this in, this gives it a lot more realism and makes it look a lot better. We're also going to add one on the jawline right here and just slowly introduce this one. You can also use the smudge tool if you want to, and this will allow you to spread it out and make it look softer. Near the bottom, we're going to use the eraser tool and just fade it out. By using a black color, you can just lightly fade it out from here. Now, as you can see, everything so far is looking decent. However, we don't want the glow to affect the dark areas. So to fix this, we can double left click on this layer right here. And by using the blend if, we can drag the underlying layer slightly out. And as you can see, this will now bring back the dark areas. And to smoothen this out, you want to hold Alt and then split this and drag it out. So you want to find the right level where you still have the darkness, but also the glow as well. So personally, I would say around here looks good. You can then press OK. I'm going to also apply more of a glow on the neck area as well. So by applying it onto here, you can drag this down and just lightly apply it onto here. We're just going to use the smudge tool and just slightly fix this bit. We're then also going to do the right side as well. So by collapsing this layer right here, we can select them both and duplicate this layer. Once you've duplicated both of your folders, we're just going to rename it to green. And you also want to open this up and delete this layer. Get yourself a new one, call this one paint layer, and then we're just going to open this up, delete this one, and you can hold Alt, drag this up, and this will duplicate it onto here. And then we also want to double left click on here and change the purple into a green color. Same goes for the top one. Once again, set it to a green color. And then while selecting this layer, we're going to set the brush to around, let's say 10, and then apply it onto here as well. We're just going to use the eraser tool and lightly brush it away from here. We're also going to lower this to around, let's say 5, and just lightly apply it as well. Once you're happy with the changes, we're going to once again double left click on this layer, and then we're going to use the blend if to drag this down, split it, and bring back the dark colors. Once again, we're going to create the rim light by selecting this layer. Now, since we've created the wrong rim light right here, we're just going to swap these folders, drag this one above it, and just rename this. We're going to open this up and then paint it onto here. Once you're happy with your glow, we can also drag in a Photoshop logo, apply it in the top left corner. And what we're going to do for this one is we're just going to use the magic wand, select the text, duplicate it, and then set in this one to a white color, and the top one to a black color. We're also going to apply the text, and to do this, it's really simple. Get yourself the text tool, drag this out, type in your text. The font that I'm using is called Adobe Clean, and it's the bold version. Set it all the way to max, or how much you can fit inside of this text box. We're just going to press Ctrl or Command and J, drag this down, and also type in effect. You want to hold Shift, click on the bottom one, convert it into a smart object, and to give it that really cool perspective effect, you just want to hold Control and then drag this down. And this gives you this really cool looking 3D effect. We're also going to double left click on here and go to blending options. And then you want to apply a stroke, a drop shadow, and either a color overlay or a gradient overlay. From here, you can adjust the settings. For me, I used outside or on a black color. For the gradient, I picked this color right here. That goes into a cyan color and then a slightly different shade of a cyan. For the drop shadow, I set this one to multiply, a dark cyan color with 60° for the angle. And for the contour, I selected this one and then just simply drag this all the way to max. And the final touch is a inner glow. You want to set this one to linear dodge add 100%, set this color to this specific code, or you can set it to any color that you want. And that's pretty much it.